Asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatu walaalayaal kusoo dhawaada waa walaalkiina Mo Money channelka Crypto ku taajir channelka cabaar waa ka maqnaay and it's difficult runtii ahaan haddii laga hadlo dhinacii video samayso haddii aad tahay waxyaalo kale aad ku mashquulsan tahay but inta isku dayi karo waa isku dayaa most likely these days waxaan ku mashquulaa dhinaca chartingka ahaa fundamentals and waxyar intaa soo geli karo waa soo gelinaa market is changing honestly haddii la fiiriyo dhinaca ahaan BTC hadda haddii aan fiirino meeshuu maraayo waa arrin cajiib sidii oo waqtiga uu iskugu bedelay kasoo qaad dhinacii from the all time high BTC oo soo taabanaya almost I think 69,138 sida meeshan ay tusinayso and the previous low oo sameeyey was about 2500 meelo qaarkood 2500 500 oo ahay but according to this one wuxuu tusinaya the lowest low wuxuu ahay 26,536 but I know Binance wuxuu garaacay about 25,500 meelahaas oo garaacay aan xasuusta haween aan daawanayay so haddii aan fiirino maalmahan maxaa dhacay like what's going on what's happening where is most likely xagee laga yaabaa inuu aado bearish market maa lagu jiraa hal sano maa lagu jiri doonaa sanadii bar kasii bar allahu aclam when it comes to those things but haddii ay dhinaca imaado bear market when it comes to bear market on guarantee oo yahay oo mostly dhinaca haddii aragtid oo social spectrum oo almost everybody isku wada raaceen inuu bear market lagu wada jiro so that's definitely waxa waa a prolonged season waaye sanad u qaadan karaa 2 sano camal u qaadan karaa ama haddii dadka traderska ay soo bataan oo suuqa iska soo fiicnaado marketka iska fiicnaado dagaalka waxyaalahaas laga baxo or it gets to shrink down and be less than a year maybe so anyway right now hadda haddii aan fiirino almost I think the past waxaa ku jirna almost 7 weeks of downtrend maxaa waa kan week 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 so this is almost like 7 weeks waxaa ku jirna downtrend from the time previous low high so previous low high waa kana into almost about 47,000 ku jira so where is it other time where are the next other targets that I'm looking at like usbuuc weekly wise waaye waxaan ka hadlo hooyo weekly hadda waa kana our other week already started wuxuu bilaabnay maalintii axad ahayd the day of the closing candle for the previous day wuxuu for the previous week oo ku dhamaanayay May 9th that all ended at what wuxuu ku xirmay the closing was 31,315 so barely above 30,000 that was like meel la dhahayo it's going to be bullish again the bulls will be able to come in and take position in baalkaneeto suuqa waxaa laga yaabaa inuu bullish uu kusoo wareego ended up closing 1,315 wax ka koreeyo but at the same time the same week wuxuu ku furmay wuxuu ku furmay an open of the same price but now haddeertan suuqa meesha haddii aa fiirino meesha maroy waxaa almost underneath 30,000 so waxaa la isku hashtaa between 28,000 and 30,000 so on a weekly basis if you just take a fib retracement haddii aa gelisid and your fib retracement aan kasoo qaado from the previous low um, from the previous low not this low haddeertan oo imaada the previous low waaye right so this is low meeshaan haddeertan umure waxaa waaye low and this is lower lows so um, that's what I'm doing so the previous low aan ka qaaday to the previous high and see that on a weekly basis where is it most likely aan rabaa that I want us to at least aniga aan ogahay I'm paying attention to waan isha ku haanayo suuqan inta beerishka oo lagu jiro iyo waxyaalahan oo dhibaatadani waxaan ka jirto this is a price aan isha ku hay doono about 1.27 fib retracement which is about 28,600 approximate waa meeshaaseeto and I will show you guys another price that's u dhowo 28,000 it's about 28,700 meelahaas that's a price aan isha ku hanayo haddii lacala ay imaado that this red candle on a weekly basis it closes underneath meeshaneeto it closes underneath 1.27 for sure this is the next target next target will be about 0.618 which is about 23,000 23,000 adiga qiyaasteeda iska dheh that is a price definitely that has it's going to be retested lagu samey doono retest lagu sameyn doono once it closes underneath the 1.27 on a weekly basis. Suuqa oo ku xirmo weekly basis underneath 1.27, that's going to be a target goal for shorts at the red shorts tahay. My target goal would definitely be around 23,000. Um, Another thing that's really interesting is if you go back from now, the weekly Ake Imadid, and you go back to and you go and check it out daily wise. The interesting part on another fib retracement, or the prices that actually sit on, or Hadai, if you just compare that to this 28,600 on a daily wise, it gives me 28,795. So Makala Deran, this is a 0.618. Kankalana Hawa fib retracement from a previous low to high on a 1.27. But this is on a daily wise why from the previous low, Mesho Soko Kasokai to its all-time high, and this is what I get. Meshano Ifadia as a price level, price target on a 0.618 underneath for it to close on a daily basis. I would want to see the price to close underneath 28,797. That will open up, aniga for me, it will open up an opportunity balkan sukaneto and short kugalayo for it to go even price lower than that. And the next goal definitely be on a weekly basis, which was around the 23,000. Adi odo suko hostis, it will go below than that. That is just in case. Adi odo suko, it will go below than that. My next target will noqon doona worst case scenario 0.786 on the 17,628. So that is what I'm looking at as a daily wise, and it's going to take some time. That is the bearish momentum, like the bearish market side of it. It's not surprising wax lala yaabo maahan suuqaneeto eventually that the price comes back to its all-time low. I mean, let's look at the weekly wise. Weekly wise haddii aad ku noqono and you look at the chart, it's not it's you I wouldn't be surprised in suuqaninto aan ku arko that the price in lagu isku dayo lagu soo celiyay the previous all-time high, which was about 19,000, about even let's say approximately 20,000 or 19,000 is correct. Highest was 19,666. So about $20,000 all-time high one time, which was December 2017. It was an all-time breaking BTC. A lot of people excitement acquire was sold that day. So, and if you look at that on a weekly basis, our weekly, it brings us close to what 1.618, 23,000. So shave off 3,000 and make it 20,000. Why not? Which is basically just sitting right here. So yeah, there's a huge percentage Hana the Afi receipt that you are now considering about 18%. But almost like every time bearish, most likely percentage Hana deal if or the previous times the Akunukot in history, I can show you that on the daily trade, on a daily market had the Afir, by just looking النقطة وحيلان كان إنا ترتيرو مروي. The affair in a bear market on the previous times, it always was above at more than 80%. So it was close to 80% on a bear market. A good bear market why 80% أيو so tapped you risk about. And if you look at this from the previous all-time high to other time previous low, how almost like 61%. So we have almost 20% to go down to from where it is right now. And 20% at the akudartid, that will put you close to what? That will put you close to 20,000, 21,000 ish. 20,000 ukukena. So quite similarly to Meshi previous high or Kasokai before it actually came to another all-time high. So this is the weekly basis. This is the weekly downside. Then Akalan or the upside I will be looking into waxay noqon doontaa when it comes to the bullish side of it, bullish momentum. Inta aan ku high doon isha waxay noqon doontaa that stepwise, this is a stepwise momentum. Bahalkaneeto suuqan inuu kor usoo kaco, most likely one target I will be looking at is a 0.886, which is about 34,581. That is on your weekly basis. But as a daily wise, halkan waxa u baahan tahay suuqa for it to close above daily which should be about 36,504 on a point 0.5 fib. So weekly, daily, you have to go back and forth when that's Firisa. That on a weekly basis, 0.786 we go for the but also on a daily we go for the 0.5. So you want definitely your BTC to come at least above the point point 0.5 or a point Balcaneto 786, which is I think almost 3,000, 36,000 above 36,000 kufaria. But that could also markasta waxay noqon kartaa inay waxaa laga yaabaa inay noqoto a really nice bull trap. So you could actually be taken up like that, come back down again, go test Balcaneto, retest meeshan lagu sameeyo. People meeshan is done, oh, okay, BTC is back, let's go long to 48. Ended up being a huge crash down to all the way to Balcaneto 0.161618. So taas waxaa laga yaabaa it might happen, it may not. So it's either ways, but right now most likely gacanta xoogan waxaa waaye is the 28,608. That is the goal. BTC hoostiisa meeshaneeto lagu soo xiro. If it comes underneath this place, for me it's a sell and for me it's a short to target. Next goal is 23. The upside momentum na haddii aan kusoo noqdo haddii la dhaho BTC that it actually comes above the 38,000 and it closes above at least 0.382. This is meeshan. I'll pay attention to this guy. If you close above 0.382 on daily wise, arag meesha ku yimaado. Daily wuxuu ku yimaada here 0.382. This is where oo ka dhacay dagaal badan oo ka dhacay. Yeah, you can even see there was a resistance oo mar ahay, marna support oo noqday. Eventually inter resistance xoog badan oo ahay, intana mar oo support noqday, marna intoo support ka noqday. Marna inta it was short, it didn't even make it to as a resistance. But you can see over time waa meel oo xoogan oo laisku haystay hore iyo gadaal laiskugu dagaalayay. And that is a price haddii ay tahay to say this is going to be bullish. For me, I have to see it above 0.382, 42,300 or approximately even close to 44. That is stretch wide. Then you can guarantee yourself you're going to see another bull market. Like anytime long agalesa, you just don't need to think about it. But suuqana meel fiican uu kula aadaa. But as far as like hadertan when it comes to trading ma la dhaho, waxyaalaha yar yar that I'm seeing or been paying attention to recently waxay ahayd another thing or that to pay attention to is hadhowti when it comes to the bull market or maybe suuq waxyar haddii uu soo noqdo, just to have at least a line that goes above this previous low, another low, and this is also you can see you definitely need to go above this price. So, well, which is 36,000 Ghanaian 2.58. You definitely need to go above it. Hadoti Balkan Suqa Marco Sonokodo, this is definitely a good place. Or 36,000 Ghanaian, it's going to be a bull trap. Or Soko Kuluguso Dadi Karo, Ishimesha set in Ohio, and have at least a trend line that goes as a resistance and a support. Trend line, which is very simple from a previous low, like Kusokat, all those so tapsi. Mid kalena ku noqonaya previously in the recent days, I think one time waxaan soo geliyey trading view oo waxaan soo geliyey telegram waxaan soo geliyey there was like an inverse head and shoulder. I think it was on the 30 minutes trade aan ku arkay. Unfortunately it didn't go all the way up. It kind of came short. Let me see if it's haduu meeshan uu ku jiro, if I still have it saved. Which one was it? Now this one kan ma ahan. I think it was this one. Yeah, kana umalaya. Kan inuu ahaan jeclahay. And trade ku sameeyey. Yep, waa kana. So we had an inverse head and shoulder, which was a really perfect, really nice inverse head and shoulder. Waxaan u fiirinaya at the same time. I looked at this huge buy bug, which is also shows bahalka suuq inta the buyers in xooga kusoo noqdeen. They pushed the price back up from the sellers who were actually pushing the price down. Suuqa hoos u sii wadeen and they could not. So bahalkan into the volume tells you that the shorts have actually taken shots ku jiri sell ku jiri profit ay qaateen faa'iidadooda ay qaateen suuqa ka baxeen and now we had a little bit long, a little bit relief, a short relief, and ended up hadhowti wuxuu soo noqday head and shoulder, reversal head and shoulder. So if you take the price from where it was from the tip to your neckline, which is basically neckline kaada intuu kuu noqon doonaa, it's not going to be that far away. It doesn't have to be inuu noqdo 100% approximately, approximation waa inuu kuu noqdo. It doesn't have to be exactly that. So you can take it from the tip or you can take it from meeshaan oo yahay approximately waa qaadaysaa meesha suuqa ugu jabay korkiisa geey and see where your target is. That is going to be your take profit target, right? Ideally, that's bahalka suuqa soo u shaqeeyo, which is about 32,778. And this one, you can even see, for me, it was like a 4 hourly, 4 hourly, 4 hour chart we go for the a 0.5372. If I'm trading a 0.5372, Meshan had so Gary life for me was actually a short. Meshan like in so Garin, it actually went even lower than that. Ila hadda tan waxaan sugayaa price-ka waxaan sugayaa meeshaas oo iisoo taawo doona meeshaasaan short ku sugayaa but ila hadda ma soo gaarin. But at least it came to my take one profit. My take one profit was a 0.382. Um, my take one profit wuxuu ahaa 0.382, which was 31,034, and you can see we went to Hayris waxaa aadnay right above it. Suqa closed it and there was a bearish candle, bearish engulfing candle right after that. Suqa was sold that day and it was trying to retest the previous low, which was the 28 compared to Balki the 26. So that unfortunately the inverse head and shoulder is possibly could be it could be possibly in play, but as Hadertan it showed itself and it has proven itself to be a bearish engulfing momentum or suuqa ka xoog badnaay. And if you look at bahalkaneeto, you look at your volume, it's actually decreasing. So that tells me a lot. Tells me that the suuqa it's actually coming back down again and it's not going to go to this 32,000. 32,000 kaseta doso tapto is going to be a miracle and it's going to be a good shot. It's going to be a good sell on Qodwana for it to actually come to that area. So the akatagno an imano on an hourly basis and see in the previous hours what long hage ugali kartay, hage buy ugali kartay. Other time you can actually participate in that in this previous into solo, which you can just go to your balka, your hourly chart, go to your hourly chart. Hourly chart is just make two lines from your previous high, which is about the 32,000 oo hadeertaan ka soo hadlay oo aan ku sugo a good shot oo noqon doono lagu sugo 32,000 kaaseeto. Just put a really long line, take it from the top, inta kala soo taabsi and so forth. It's going to be a trend line. So that is from the sell off all the way to the bottom. I think this is 4% and it should be 4%. More than that, 17% sell off. Wow, I thought it was like it's going to be like 4%. Mashallah. So a 17% sell off from the sell off to the bottom where it actually found a floor. It found itself a floor. Put a line to resistance, two lines to Balkim Halada trend lines. You can see that in the past, and if you come back into your 5 minute trading, that is Balkan idea a trade in the previous on your hourly trade. So then you can just go to your small time frames like the 30 minutes this I'm a 15 minute. But most likely we have 5 minute trade if you are hourly هذه كجريس السوق less than 2 hours or 4 hours سوق أنا هذه كجريس it's best to just take your trade on 5 minute. But سوق هذه كجريس for like a whole day لو بريس دحبري هانيس إذا مسبوع هانيس this is going to be your trade كمشاك قادنيس hour 4 hourly أما hourly chart. So previously هدرتان alhamdulillah, I mean yesterday today I've been at least did two of them. Two trades at least so far Kugalay. No shorts, both of them long or high. One was it from here. I didn't ila hore maka I just took some percentage, very small percent, very small percent ankagale. Two trades ankagale. So this is gonna be another trade that I'm actually waiting for right now. Ankusugoyo in a suq aneto ankugalo for it to actually test or come back to this price. For me to be able to re-enter again but I have to also ina kusuga line-kan inuu isoo taabta re-evaluation aan re-evaluate gareeya 29,670 inuu suuqu isoo taabto or at least it can form on a 5 minute or ka noqdo suuqa and develops a really small nice pattern a continuation oo ii noqdo for me markaas it's going to be a rather long and that long percentage series oo ii noqonaya and it has to be within this window. I'm not trading balka, you're not trading outside this window. So every time waxariisu suuqa kaco, let's delete this. So trade ka aan sameynayo suuqa ma ka baxsano, it is just going to be in here. Meeshaaneyto ma ka baxayo. I'm not targeting here, nor am I not targeting here. Targetkayga meelahaas ma. Targetkayga waxaa waye line-kan markuu soo taabto aan ku galo another long meesha percentage risk aan ka raadiyo. I'm doing that within the 5 minutes trade. And also another thing I also do is I go back down to the 2 minutes, the 2 minute trade and other. I just go back down to the 2 minutes because I'm doing hourly trade and sameynoya abar suuqa ma ku jirooyi. So another thing at the same time I fiiriyo waxaa waaye the 220 MA. So right now for me definitely it's not a good long. Long fiican ma ahan my only long I will wait for two confirmation is at least suuqa oo isoo taabto line-kan oo isoo taabto ama uu soo dhawaado. I see a rejection that it's not supposed to close underneath it. Meeshaan inuu hoostiisa soo taabto maan uu suuqa kasoo noqdo and for it to go above the 20 MA. This is the 20 MA waaye 20 moving average and this is the 200 moving average. Bahalkaneeto every time it comes close to the 200 moving average above the 20 MA. I'll show you what happens every time the 2 minute candle, every time usas oo sameeyo. Sometimes you have to find really nice trade and see where it takes you. So many of them were badan yihiin. So I'll just show you guys a really good example kan camal. Here it is. Here's a good example. Meeshaneeto, it comes above your 20 MA, 20 moving average, korkiisu imaanaya, and it's above your 200 MA. So bahalka chartkaada dhan, the entire price action is above this thing, the 20 MA, and it starts going up. I go for long. Bahalkan long ala galaya. My stop loss is going to be right underneath here. Haddii aan long aan ku galo this candle, this little candle, haddii aan inta long ku galo, my stop loss is right there. That's my stop loss. That's my long. It was short. Was very very well. Wax isku dhow. It's futures trading wise. It's not like balki kala caadi. Even if you want to do the regular balki spot trading, saas ma ku samey kartaa. That's a way to do it. And actually look at it. Look at it. Wuxuu ii sameynaya percentage fiican uu sameynaya, which is about what 20%. So once I start seeing some sell off and arco some sell off are coming, 2% with the futures trading, that's really good. It's good profit for me. At the same time, the other side is the opposite. Opposite of Kusaменesa, if it comes underneath the 200 MA hostis hado imado and the 220 MA hado imado, and then you see this sell off, you join it right after the sell off, the closing candle. This is where you enter short, and this is where you put your stop loss right there. That's your stop loss. So you can see if I had entered a short balkan idea so can short kusogali lahai into kusogali lahai, I'm still in the trade. I'm not out of it. Stop loss kega wakana. I'm just still holding in a balkan hoskagaro. I see a lot of sell-offs, profit taking markan arco from the volume side. I see a lot of profit taking and I'm gonna profit kega wakadana slowly. So that's a way to look at BTC and another opportunity for sort or also bixi doonto in an hourly trade is in laiska oo isha lagu hayo maybe this week ama oo laiska ilaaliyo at the same time. Insha Allah BTC fursad fiican mar dhow way soo bixi doontaa, which we don't know it's going to be on upside or on the other side, whichever side it becomes. But one thing for sure is BTC haddii online kaneeto hostis oo imaado, there is something they call it on a daily wise haddii aa fiirino, refresh it. On a daily wise haddii aa la fiiriyo, there's something that they call feeling in the shoe. Feeling in the shoe waxaa macnaheedana waxaa waaye previously meeshuu soo taabtay quruxdeeda lee lasoo buuxinaya. But if you look at this candle, it's definitely a doji, an indecision doji intu ku noqday. So haddeertaan suuqa waxaa ka jiro indecisiveness, wax yar suuqa ka jiro. But most likely, I mean, bearish u xoog badan, bearishkii ayaa hadda suuqa xoog u haysto. Waa kana it's coming at least closer to the line, which is 29,600. Opportunity long igu noqone. But if it goes linekan hoostiisa hadduu soo dhaafo, for me that's an opportunity short. And at the same time, this line, this angle waxaa loo fiiri karaa a asymmetrical line. Haddii oo soo jibiyo suuqa asymmetrical line, we just take that and look at it, wuxuu ku keenaa almost the 24,000. That's going to be the goal for a symmetrical line of a short. Insha Allah, walaalkiin waa walaalkiina Momani, kusoo dhawaada walaalka channelka Crypto Tajir, and I will try to, insha Allah, to put some updates as the price goes along, in the times to come.